Hello everyone. Today our group will present for the grouping assignment, and hello to our beloved lecturer, Dr. Rubia Baini. And my name is Armin Zakrin Mitsugitti, and my matrix ID is 741S5. And my group member is Irene Sara Anandali, 75055, and Sonia Rubin, 76877. Here is our content for our assignment, which is the description of the accident. Number two is the hazard evaluations. Number three, fault tree analysis. Fourth is safety laws and regulation, and finally, recommendation of the safety. For my part, I will explain on the description of the accident, where if it's, as you can see from the above picture, they are that's how the incident happened on the Piper Alpha. Which what's the hazard happened in there? Where the accident happened was a major explosion followed by from the crude oil fire happens. So this incident happened on the 6th July of 1988 with which approximately at 10 p.m. night. So the location happens, which located in the North Sea, about 120 miles northeast of Aberdeen, Scotland. Then, how does this happen actually? Because where an explosion occurred on the platform leading to the development of a major crude oil fire, which the fire quickly engulfed the majority of the platform. As you can see from the figure above, that's how the fire engulfed all the platform. Then the damage or the losses of number fatality, which the tragic accident on the Piper Alpha platform, which result 167 lives lost during this accident happened.
I'm Sonia Robin. My matrix number is 76877, and I'll be presenting hazard evaluations. The first hazard is hydrocarbon explosion, which is due to the gas leakage, and this has led to the fatality of 167 workers. Secondly is fire hazard, where the platform got engulfed in flames, and the sustained fire has worsened the incident. Thirdly, poor evacuation procedure, where it has lacked fireproof barrier and no proper evacuation system existed. Fourth, pressure valve failure, whereas when they tried to reduce the gas leakage, they restarted the valve, which is under maintenance. And lastly is lack of emergency response plan, as it needs to be more adequate and cohesive. The hazard can be minimized by first, improving staff training programs, where workers should be informed of specific procedures and obstacles that they may experience. Second, regular safety audits, as it aids in identifying potential safety risks and hazards by improving safety continuously. Third, improves offshore safety technologies, for example, automated shutdown systems and gas detection systems. Therefore, the system should be monitored regularly. Fourth, impose rigorous rule, as it ensures that corporations follow safety requirements by implementing severe penalties. And lastly, improve management, where we will ensure safety working conditions and all adequate processes should be updated regularly. For fault tree analysis, FDA, the top event is gas leakage at the condensate, and the intermediate events are pump A restarted when it is still under maintenance, and the flange is finger type. And both of these events is connected by the logic gate N. And as for pump A restarted under maintenance event, it is connected with two intermediate events, where the first one is pump trips, and the second one is PTW for PSV504 is misplaced. And both of this is connected with logic and
In this slide, I will explain the related safety laws and regulations. According to what the case study reveals, both the organization and employer failed to follow the applicable legislation. The Piper Alpha disaster had killed 167 personnel and entirely destroyed the platform due to poor maintenance, faulty safety systems, inadequate communication, and lack of training. The organizations violated the Offshore Safety Act of 1992, which established the legislative framework for ensuring the safety and health of employees on offshore platforms where they failed to build proper safety management systems and the employees lacked the requisite training to detect and report hazardous effects. In addition, the organizations also failed to comply with the Offshore Safety Case Regulation, which require operators to create and maintain a safety case demonstrating that practical measures to prevent severe accidents are in place. The company did not assess the risks associated with its activities and did not address serious safety issues raised by its own safety procedures and audits. Moreover, in relation to the Offshore Management and Administration Regulation, the organizations did not build up adequate management and organizational structure for offshore locations as required. The organization lacked adequate worker training program and safety management processes, as well as ineffective contractor activity oversight. The Piper Alpha permit to work system had not been strictly enforced, resulting in a relaxed attitude towards the system and insufficient communication between the outgoing and incoming ship. The original gas leak would not have occurred if the permit to work protocol had been followed. Furthermore, the organizations also failed to comply with the regulations for the prevention of fire, explosion and emergency response, which set guidelines for preventing and handling emergencies, as they lacked proper emergency response plans, did not properly train employees on emergency procedures, and neglect to maintain essential safety equipment. Last but not least, the organizations did not adhere to the regulations governing the design and construction regulations. The organization should have built enough fire protection equipment that is placed a safe distance away from probable explosion zone, and escape routes should be well marked with luminous strips for visibility in smoke and heat shield for radiation protection. The incidents also could have been avoided if the firewall on Piper Alpha had been conducted to be blast-proof to prevent fire spread. In my opinion, the organization ought to implement an ethical concept since, as we can see in this case, the incidents were contributed by some factors. The explosion was caused by poor maintenance, revealing a disregard for workers and environmental safety. This incident indicated that the operators had a responsibility to ensure that the employees have had the required training, tools and communication channels but had failed to do so.
The risk assessment is for the objective of this to detect the hazard where the risk we can decide the risk ranking with control and revise the implementation of the risk control. The risk ranking can be determined by the risk management level flow, where there are some principles that can be fundamental, like elimination, substitution, and engineering control. But there are two that be included, which is accepting that is mitigate the risk, administrative risk control, and lastly, the PPE, personal protective equipment. That's all for my part. Thank you. That's all for our overall explanation for this assignment slide. Thank you for hearing for our explanation about it, and see you next time. Thank you.